Your dress looks really pretty today. That haircut looks super good on you. Compliments. It's something that we do not even thinking about it. It's a given natural thing that we're taught to do at a very young age. But today I want to talk to you about the importance of giving a proper compliment, as well as the need that I see it in our society, because in a society where we have our face buried in our electronics, like our cell phones, our televisions, our laptops, it would behoove us to maybe look up again and see the person sitting next to us. And by seeing them, I mean really see them for what they might need and could really appreciate when you give them this said compliment. When we give someone a compliment, it connects them to not only an emotion that they could be needing or are feeling, but also it connects us to our emotions. And it's not only a skill that we should really work on for ourselves to improve our connectivity to another individual, but it's a skill that also the other person could really value, because it reminds them that there is still good out there in the world. As psychology as my major, compassion is something that I really need to be proficient at. I have been lucky enough at this early stage in my school career to have narrowed it down to wanting to be a clinical psychologist who has a focus on depression and addiction, specifically within minors. So I definitely need to be on par with my compliment and compassion giving skills. In the book A Fearless Heart, Buddhist and PhD Thupten Jinta says, to benefit most from others' kindness, we need to be ready with a kindness of our own. Today, I will go further into the need for more compliments, on how to give more compliments, what the world would be like if we actually did give said compliments, and what you can do when you give and receive those said compliments. So why should we give more compliments? Because science. In a study done by Dr. Jinpa in 2015 in the San Francisco area, he took a group of 59 participants and they were divided in half. One half was given encouragement and the other half was not, and they were also given a set of speeches to perform. Of the half that was given encouragement, the group that had the encouragement, all of the participants were hooked up to scanners, and the scanners showed that of the people who were provided encouragement, they had a lower blood pressure scan, they had a lower cortisol activity, and their heart rate variability was of a more steady rate. Thus, it supports the idea that people who are more compassionate and received positive encouragement can benefit from the support of said compliments. So, as we can see with the brain activity, people who are provided with more compassion and compliments, they are able to get a euphoric state, like when we eat a piece of chocolate, it makes us super happy, and it is then triggered a part of our brain that makes us euphoric. So then when those said people who recognize the said euphoria and they were asked to consciously give someone a said compliment, the reward center was activated on those same scans. But that is just phase one of giving said compliments. Now that we understand the physical and the chemical reaction of the need of compliments, we can go into how can we do it. And the first thing to doing any of that is acknowledging that we really do need to do giving people said compliments, and the only way to do that is to give one. And when I say giving said compliments, I mean don't give shallow compliments like the aforementioned one that I said. It's always a knee-jerk reaction to give somebody a compliment based off of their appearance, but that's not really what we're talking about when I say giving someone a compliment based off of their need. For example, you can look at someone and see that they're hurting, and instead of just saying that they look pretty, you can look at them and give them a deeper compliment. A lot of the time, because of the knee-jerk reaction, 60.5% of compliments given by males to females are given on appearance, and 56% of compliments given from females to males are based off of skills. So again, it really reiterates the fact that we need to really see what our audience is needing as opposed to just going off of what we are looking at. So an example of what we can do to provide someone a need-based compliment is, I'm going to give you a scenario. There is a man and a son sitting in a restaurant, and the little boy is coloring. The man is handsome. The little boy is also good looking. And instead of just saying how lucky he is for his son being quiet and coloring, or how handsome the both of them are, you can say that how lucky that the man is that they are able to have quality time together, because that's something that you appreciated when you were a child with your father. And that, for the father, will mean so much more to him as opposed to the compliment about the look or how quiet his son is, because it means something to him based off of him being a father, and that somebody recognizes that he's putting the time in for his son. So let's talk about this new world. If we really put in the time, it's going to mean so much more to everyone else, because we will be seeing everyone will be happier, we'll be able to connect with everyone on a deeper level. In a 2009 Esquire piece, Tom Chiarella said that while he was giving someone a compliment, I have a couple of boys. I like the way you speak to your son. In my experience, that always will serve you and him. You'll be men together because of that. He then goes on to say that he said it because it was what was needed to say, what was needed to be said, and it made him feel good to say it out loud. So if we are giving compliments that need to be said and are said out loud, because it makes not just us but them feel good, the world will be a much better place. So as I said before, how do we give proper compliments? We give it from our heart. By this, I also like to refer to going back to when we were children. Everybody remembers that when you interact with a little kid, they are super honest with what they have to say. So if we kind of tear back to that, we can remember to really see what the person needs and be honest what we're saying and say it from our heart. In a compliment study done in 2005, it was said, compliments also have the function of supportive actions, which makes them similar to offers, invitations, gifts, and praises. As such, the people have an acceptance of the compliment as their preferred next action. At the same time, however, there is a second constraint on the speaker which conflicts with the first constraint. They should never praise themselves. And by this I mean you shouldn't ever expect something in return or praise yourself while giving a compliment. So it's just always good to remember to not expect anything in return. It's merely for the individual that you're giving it for, because you really are going to get something back regardless of that, the feeling of helping someone. All that being said, I think if we really put forth the effort to make the conscious decision to help people and meet their needs with giving said compliments, I think the world will be a better place. Thank you. It's not working.